Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glorifications to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect. And this video is going to be a response to this article from Associated Press. Ecuador declares prison emergency after 116 killed in riot. Here's some images. Ecuador's president has declared a state of emergency in the prison system following a battle among gang members in a coastal lockup that killed at least 116 people and injured 80 in what authorities say was the worst prison bloodbath ever in the country. Officials said at least 5 of the dead were found to have been beheaded. President Guillermo Lasso declared a state of emergency Wednesday, which will give the government powers that include deploying police and soldiers inside prisons. The order came a day after bloodshed at the Littoral Penitentiary in Guayaquil that officials blamed on gangs linked to international drug cartels fighting for control of the facility. Lasso, visibly moved by the carnage, said at a news conference that what had happened in the prison was bad and sad. He also said he could not guarantee that authorities had regained control of the lockup. It is regrettable that the prisons are being turned into territories for power disputes by criminal gangs, he said, adding that he would act with absolute firmness to regain control of the Littoral prison and prevent the violence from spreading to other penitentiaries. Images circulating on social media show dozens of bodies in the prison's pavilions 9 and 10, and scenes that looked like battlefields. The fighting was with firearms, knives, and bombs, officials said. Earlier, Regional Police Commander Fausto Buenano had said that bodies were being found in the prison's pipelines. Outside the prison morgue, the relatives of inmates wept, with some describing to reporters the cruelty with which their loved ones were killed, decapitated, and dismembered. In the history of the country, there has not been an incident similar or close to this one, said Lady Zuniga, the former president of Ecuador's National Rehabilitation Council. Zuniga, who was also the country's Minister of Justice in 2016, said she regretted that steps had not been taken to prevent another massacre following deadly prison riots last February. Earlier, officials said the violence erupted from a dispute between the Los Lobos and Los Choneros prison gangs. Colonel Mario Pazmino, the former director of Ecuador's military intelligence, said the bloody fighting shows that transnational organized crime has permeated the structure of Ecuador's prisons, adding that Mexico's Sinaloa and Jalisco New Generation cartels operate through local gangs. They want to sow fear, he told the Associated Press on Wednesday, urging the government to temporarily cede control of the prisons to the national police. The more radical and violent the way they murder, the more they achieve their goal of control, he added. So in this part, they're just saying they're trying to add more support and security and whatnot. This is interesting. It says authorities face a threat with power equal to or greater than the state itself. he said that while security forces must enter prisons with shields and unarmed, they are met with inmates with high caliber weapons. And that part to me just, I don't know, that sounds crazy that prisoners will have high caliber weapons but the guards don't. So who knows how that went down. And a little backstory. This isn't the first inmate that had, inmate riot that had mass deaths. Right here it says, in July there were several violent episodes resulting in more than 100 inmates killed. But that was across multiple prisons. In July, 22 more prisoners lost their lives in the Littoral Penitentiary, while in September, a penitentiary center was attacked by drones, leaving no fatalities. To me, that sounds like maybe they were trying to smuggle in drugs. Who knows what happened with that? Some more images. So yep, that's pretty much it. This is more judgment from Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And these people are Israelites. This is judgment on the northern kingdom. So now I'm going to jump to the scriptures. This is Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is his name. So that was, basically an act of war. That was not like war between countries, but on a fairly large scale. It was said there was up to 100 dead. They had firearms inside the prison. That's some hardcore shit. The prisoners must have been fucking, on edge. Probably some harsh conditions in there too. Next, I'm gonna get this. 2nd Ezra 15:15. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So the article mentioned that could have been related to cartels, gangs, and that's just like one people fighting against another. It's not like whole nations, but still, it's the cartels are basically like small armies. If you follow the news of Latin America, thousands of people die yearly by cartels. Some of them even have like RPGs. They build little makeshift armored vehicles, right? Obviously not at the scale that Esau has, but still it's a lot of death. And this is also kind of like relating to these little protest movements that we have in Babylon the Great of BLM, Proud Boys, Antifa. It hasn't reached that full-on warfare scale yet, but there's already been people that get shot, stabbed, and we're just going to see more and more of that as the prophecies continue to unfold. And I'm going to end off with this. Jeremiah 9:22. Speak, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as the handful after the harvestmen, and none shall gather them. So yeah, just like how at that prison riot, the men were just dead in the yard or in wherever it happened. That's how it's going to be here in Babylon. They're going to have people just laying in the street, rotting. There's not going to be enough space to to bury them or even to cremate them. That's how harsh the Lord's judgment is going to be on this place. Roughly paraphrasing, it is a terrible thing here. Let me just grab that before I end off. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. So, just more and more judgment of the Lord. More reason to fear the Lord. So, with that, I'm going to close out. Lord willing, it was edifying. Once again, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glorifications to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect. Shalom and Abar Babal.